Hey, Airbnb hosts, can we check in early? Can we check out late? Can we get a discount? These are some of the needy questions we get from guests. And while the guests may not be needy, they definitely have some needs that we need to work our best to meet. How can we do that while getting them the 5-star experience that they need so we can get a 5-star review, but while not bending over backwards for our guests? We're going to talk about that right now on the Fearless Investor Podcast. Hey, welcome into the Fearless Investor Podcast. You're listening to me, Kyle Stanley. Really excited about this topic today. This was a couple questions that were asked in our Airbnb Masterminds group on Facebook. If you're not already a part of that, you're probably one of the few because we're over 23,000 members. It's crazy how much that group is growing. Would love to see you in the group. Would love to see your questions. And we do a question of the week all the time in this group. This was one that I felt like was really valuable for also my podcast and YouTube listeners as well. And so before we get into it and talk about, these needy requests from guests, I do have one thing I want to drop from our sponsor. It's Boostly. And in case you didn't know, this is what Boostly has to say. It's 2021. Things are changing in the short-term rentals industry. Hosts, you can't keep relying on Airbnb, VRBO, furnished finders to bring you all of these people that need short-term rentals. So you have to start looking directly to your customer. How do you do this? Well, you make your own website and you do it through WordPress. Don't do it through any other site except for WordPress. Don't cut corners, okay? And I know what you're thinking. When it comes down to it, that's either going to take a lot of time or I got to hire someone. It's going to cost a lot of money, but that's actually where Boostly comes in. So Boostly is the best in the business for website design for short-term rentals, servicing over 600 clients worldwide. Every website is built on WordPress and done for you. Pricing starts at right around $99, and it doesn't matter if you have 1 or 100 properties. My good friend Mark Simpson, the founder of Boostly, tells me it's guaranteed or your money back. And that's guaranteed to get you direct bookings, by the way, or your money back. Just book a call with Mark's team at boostly.co.uk/fearless. Your future business will thank you. Again, that's boostly.co.uk/fearless. Boostly is Boostly. All right, let's get into it right now with those needy guest requests here on the Fearless Investor Podcast. Hey, everyone. Happy Monday, huh? I am just checking to make sure this is going live on Facebook. Let's check it out. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I hate technology. I hate it when it falls through on you. I just always want to make sure I'm coming through clear here. Looks like I am. All right. Well, I can't see it on the page, but it looks like it's going live. So I'm just going to assume it's going live. We're recording if not. But if you've got questions during this, please go ahead and post them. And there we go. It looks like, okay, I just found it here. So, hey, I am really excited for this question of the week. If you are new to the group, we do a question of the week every single week. And what I do is I just kind of pick what the most popular question was of that week. I give you my opinion. It's okay if you don't agree with my opinion. And you can even let me know, but let's just follow the group rules here. Treat everyone with kindness, right? So let's go ahead and get into this. But before I get started with the group question, the number one question of the week, the topic is going to be dealing with needy guest requests. I'm not calling the guest needy. I'm just saying their request is needy. And for that reason, we have to kind of tiptoe around them to be able to get that 5 stars, but also not to make things inconvenient for us, right? So before we get started with that, a couple different things. If you're new to this page, make sure to check out the announcements at the very top of this page. I've got 3 specific announcements that would be really beneficial for you to check out. One's an intro to the group. One is talking about how to, actually there's 4 now. One's talking about how to be able to get started into arbitrage and just how to talk to a landlord. Number 3 is our Airbnb profit calculator. And then lastly is our top 5, that's 10, top 5 FAQs when it comes to Airbnb. With that being said, too, did you know that I give away information for free on a daily basis on my podcast and YouTube channel, The Fearless Investor? All you have to do is go check out any of the podcast platforms and also on YouTube, The Fearless Investor, and you can find my podcast and YouTube channel. And speaking of free information, this Thursday, I'm going to post about it later today in this group. I'm also going to send out an email. But this Thursday is going to be a webinar. I'm still working on the title, but essentially what you're going to be getting from this webinar is how to talk to landlords about Airbnb, how to be able to use their houses to be able to perform a business of Airbnb. That's exactly what I've done to be able to create a 7-figure gross income business, a 6-figure net income business with other people's properties in under 2 years. In fact, the 6-figure mark hit under 1 year. So can't wait for you guys to be able to learn that as well. Look in this page for information coming up of how you can register on that. We always have a limited amount of seating. If you just want to go ahead and reserve your seat, go ahead and email me info@fearlesskyle.com and I can get you that registration and I can save your seat. But again, info@fearlesskyle.com. One more thing here before we get started. And I really am excited to talk about this topic of the needy guest requests. But we have you're in our free Facebook page called Airbnb Masterminds, but we also have a paid Facebook page, which is called Airbnb Kickstart Masterminds. I don't talk about it a whole lot because I don't really want to be the salesy person, but I'm really realizing the amount of value that people are getting in this, that it would be something that if I didn't mention it, it would be too bad. So I'm just going to give you a real quick brief rundown of this. And all you have to do, if you are interested in learning more, you can set up a call with me. Info@fearlesskyle.com is my email, or you can go ahead and just go fearlesskyle.com/consultation and set up a call with me right there. And we can talk about this group. But basically the difference between this group, the free one that you're in, and the paid group, let me just kind of give you the rundown. So we do weekly mastermind meetings, which means that we're all getting on Zoom once a week and we're talking about how to level up each other's business. Masterminding is like literally the only way to me to be able to avoid mistakes or mitigate mistakes and to grow your business fast. I'll also bring in 6 to 7 figure earners every single month. TJ Tajani, the king of Clubhouse himself, he's coming in tomorrow to talk to our group. I love having people like that in our group that are helping our students to really, or in our mastermind group, to be able to level up and think at a higher level as well. We do weekly hot seats, also known as accelerator seats, which are basically just, hey, you get 10 to 15 minutes to talk about your questions and your issue. Maybe it's a goal, maybe it's an issue, maybe it's a roadblock that you're reaching. And we as a group, in about, again, 10 to 20 minutes, I would say, talk about your issue and how we can help you get past it. I post videos every week. I post my team meetings every week, literally with my assistants. I will record that and post those in there so you can see what a 7-figure business looks like from the behind the scenes. You can post your questions at any time, get them answered right away. These are typically higher level questions. And I interview my podcast guests, so you get direct access to them right away. Now, the key thing about this group is you have to have at least one Airbnb. Can't just come in there and be just getting in the group. If you're just getting into Airbnb, you have to have some value that you're bringing to the group as well. So if you don't have at least one Airbnb, one short-term rental, then I'm sorry, you can't quite get in the group yet. You have to get to that point first. So again, if you want to get more information on that, info@fearlesskyle.com. And also, you can just set up a call with me at fearlesskyle.com/consultation. Now, the whole reason you clicked on this video, let's get to it. I had 2 questions that I loved in this group that I thought, rather than just focus on one question, let's talk about these 2 questions that both deal with guests. And so I'm going to share my screen. And here is the 2 questions that I mentioned. Leah Gannon Bryant on June 25th, she asked, what is your policy on people who ask for later checkout times? We currently have it at 10 a.m. and don't want to change it. I'm not asking for opinions on the 10 a.m. checkout time. I'm asking how to deal with requests. Yes. So I absolutely know what you're going through on this one, Leah. It is annoying. It is irritating. It is something, though, that we realize, hey, if I don't really like give this guest what they're looking for, oops, let's stop the share there. If I don't give this guest what they're looking for, then it ends up being one of those things that you're like, well, am I going to get 5 stars? Am I only going to get 4 stars? And so you start doubting yourself and you start to really, bend over backwards for this guest. And then you get disappointed when your cleaning team gets pushed back if you only get 4 stars instead of 5, yada, yada, yada. So I have a really simple process for you here, Leah. So the first thing I would do is on a late checkout, go ahead and add a checkout fee. So the way that I do it is if you want to check out at 12, by all means, go ahead. We can back up our cleaner 1 hour. I just need a 24-hour heads up. So no matter what it is, include in this that you need a 24-hour heads up on this policy. But then between essentially like 12 to 1:30, we have a $25 checkout late fee. Because that's still like our cleaner can still get that place done in about 2.5 hours. But if it's after 1:30, we got a $40 checkout fee, and they're asking after 2:30, we don't allow it. It's just not possible. So with that being said, the way that we communicate this before the guest gets there or before the guest even thinks about asking this question is we add the checkout fee to our house manual and to our check-in instructions. So our house manual is already there at the property, and they're opening it, flipping through. Oh, hey, our flight isn't until 4 on Wednesday, and we're checking out Wednesday. We're supposed to be checking out at 11. Maybe we ought to go ahead and right now, 3 days ahead of time, ask for this late checkout rather than waiting till the last day. So a 24-hour checkout is mentioned in the house manual, but it's also mentioned in the check-in instructions when they get that list of, hey, here's how you get in the house. Oh, by the way, if you're looking for a early check-in or a late checkout, yada, 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 here's the information. So even though you didn't ask about it, I do want to talk about what an early check-in would look like. So we don't typically do a fee for an early check-in because it's not something that we would force upon our cleaners. We wouldn't tell them, hey, you have to have this done by this time. It's just more of a thought of, hey, when the cleaners are done, we'll let you know. So the way that we communicate this is if someone says, do you have an early check-in that we can do? We basically just send them a message. Hey, and you can do this. You can save this right here. Let me share my screen. We're going to share it on which page? Where did you go, Google? Whatever. Just go. Oh yeah, there's Google Chrome. Okay. So you can do this. I don't know if you know this, but you can just click on quick replies and you can make all of these basically, and you can click on manage and just basically create a quick reply. You just click on new reply and you can make one that all you have to do is just click on that in your inbox and it can be sent off to them rather than having to type out this whole thing. So that quick reply basically looks like this. Hey, we really understand that checking in early can impact your stay in a positive way. We can do everything possible to make that happen. However, we don't cut corners. And typically we have same day turnovers. So especially in a world like today that we're living in where cleanliness is everything, we are not going to force the cleaners to cut corners and get you in quicker because that can actually be a negative for you because you might come into a place that isn't 100% clean. So for that reason, please continue to plan on 4 p.m. and we will let you know if we can get you in any earlier. That sounds pretty nice, right? Like that sounds like something that you're making an effort, but you're not bending over backwards for them. So that would be my recommendations. I'm looking here. By the way, guys, if you're watching right now, ask some questions or comment. What do you do? I would love to know what you do on this. And then the next question. So that was for early check-ins and late checkouts. Sharing my screen again here. The next question was from Joe Garcia. And Joe says, hello, this is my first ever listing. Just got my first client for the 4th of July weekend. He joined Airbnb on May 2021 and has 0 reviews. He's asking to lower my price, looking for advice. Over 83 comments on this one. Khan, I believe is how you say your name. Hard pass. It's 4th of July. You'll get someone. Angel says, do not accept. A nightmare waiting to happen. You will get booked by someone else at full price. So great input. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Khan, for responding to that. Here's my recommendation. When you get a discount request, you need to, first of all, rank your level of desperation. How badly do I want to get these dates filled up? And I would do that on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, Angel and Khan had a really good point. It's 4th of July. This guy already booked your place. It sounds like, Joe, he already booked your place, and now he's trying to get you to lower the price. That's not a good sign. Okay. So my suggestion for you, Joe, would be, hey, if you don't like the price, I understand. However, this is a high demand weekend. And so we are okay if you want to go ahead and cancel and try to find something at a lower price. Give them that option, put that on them. Don't say we're not going to lower our price. Say, hey, if you want to go ahead and find a lower price, go ahead and cancel. We'll give you a refund. You're going to get this thing booked out more than likely, unless you're in a weird place that doesn't get booked out for July 4th. Most places get booked out for July 4th. So rank that, hey, a 1 is like a holiday. I know I'm going to get this thing booked. Holidays get booked out easily. 10 is like, hey, this thing is coming up today. Like someone is going to stay here today. We've got, we'll call it 5 days vacant for the next 5 days. My level of desperation of getting this thing booked is like a 10 right now. So rank that. And then I would say, maybe like a week out is maybe a 5 or something like that. Then you're going to ask the guests how much of a discount are they looking for? All right. And my recommendation basically is if you're at like a desperation of a 5 or higher, and they only want a 5 to 10% discount, then, I mean, you might as well but listen to what I have to say about that next. So 5 or 10, like if you have evaluated and say, yeah, my desperation, I'm at about a 6 out of 10. I'm about a 7 out of 10 right now. Ask them, how much are you looking for in a discount? Oh, not a lot. We just noticed the cleaning fee is a little bit high. We're only there for a couple of days. We'll keep it nice and clean. Can we drop the cleaning fee by like $20? Sure. Why not? That's not a big deal. Sometimes sometimes we think discount means like, oh, they want half off, but all they've said is the word discount. Find out what discount means to them. Some of them, it might not even be more than just a couple percentages because they're just justifying a couple of the fees. So, but if you are going to allow for a discount, here is the key. 3 things. They have to tell you why they're staying. They have to agree to your house rules. And I think they need to have at least 3 5-star reviews and no negative stays. If they have at least 3 5-star reviews and no negative stays, and they're asking for a small discount and your level of desperation is between a 5 to a 10, all day long. If it's a 1, if it doesn't meet any of those qualifications, I would say absolutely not. So that is the questions of the week. Thank you, Joe. And I already, wow, that's bad. Thank you, Joe and Leah. I almost said Jenna. Sorry. Thank you, Joe and Leah, for putting in your questions. Those were great questions. I think those are really common things that everyone goes through. And if you are just looking to continue to learn more, again, go check out the podcast, go check out the YouTube channel. The Fearless Investor is the name of those, and be on our webinar on Thursday. If you need details for that, if you're not in the group, maybe you're watching this at a later time, all you have to do is email me, info@fearlesskyle.com, but just go into our Facebook group, Airbnb Masterminds, and we will have all that information. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was a lot of value. Looking forward to seeing the comments later on. Have a good one. All right, guys, just wrapping that up. Again, I think it's important to have that balance. You got to have the guest having a realistic request and working, at least showing that you're working hard to be able to help them with that request while not bending over backwards and inconveniencing your cleaning team, your entire team. Overwhelming on your team is not a good thing. That's not how you create a great business. So making sure that you have that balance, right? And making sure that you're continuing to work at those 5-star reviews. That's the lifeblood of the Airbnb business. So if you want to get into the Airbnb business, once again, keep on following this podcast. Join us on our webinar on Thursday. If you're like, well, Kyle, where do I get that information? Again, just go to the Airbnb Masterminds page, or you can just email me, info@fearlesskyle.com, and I can send you the webinar link directly right there. And yeah, if you have any questions, and we mentioned the paid mastermind group as well. I think that's something that's becoming very, very popular, and a lot of people getting tons of value. So if you have any questions on that, again, all you have to do is just set up a consultation call with me, fearlesskyle.com/consultation, and we can get you set up on a quick 15-minute call, talk about it, see if you're a good fit. But again, you have to have at least one Airbnb. You have to be able to bring some sort of value, or maybe you're getting back into the Airbnb game. Maybe you got rid of all your properties, but you have the experience. That would be some value too. So anyway, that's it for the Fearless Investor podcast for today. Can't wait to see you again later on this week. Go out and conquer the world of Airbnb.